Hi, my name's Andrew. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to focus on Middle East seed capital investors, and this is a series of videos on investor profiles that are part of my Middle East fundraising database. The guide to Middle East capital includes the following. It has 325 company names, key contacts, the type of business, sectors of potential investment interest, websites, company emails, key contact emails, and key outreach strategy points. And the database will be delivered in Excel spreadsheet format. Some key database statistics: about 185 or 57% of the companies are based in the UAE, 60 companies are based in Saudi Arabia, and 125 companies are either venture capital, private equity, or angel investor groups, so that's about 40%. This is the best database for first-time fundraising in the Middle East. This video highlights Oryx Fund in the UAE, and they are one of 325 venture capital, private equity, angel groups, and investment companies in my exclusive Middle East fundraising database. Company snapshot: they're based in the United Arab Emirates. They're classified as an investment company and a venture capital firm. Their focus is on technology, fintech, and venture capital opportunities. Company description: founded in 2021, Oryx Fund is a venture capital firm based in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. The firm provides backing to early-stage startups across the MENA region, with a particular focus on fintech, health tech, and edtech. Company focus: their investor approach and strategy. Oryx Fund, a MENA-based investment fund and venture capital firm based in the UAE, is dedicated to investing in game-changing, early-stage technology companies with a focus on sectors like fintech, health tech, enterprise tech, logistics tech, and edtech. Oryx Fund aims to identify and support outstanding entrepreneurs driving innovation. Investment focus: Oryx Fund concentrates on investing in seed to Series A stages, positioning itself at the forefront of groundbreaking technology ventures. The firm is committed to a 100% MENA focus, underscoring its dedication to supporting and fostering the growth of innovative startups within the region. Geographic focused: headquartered in the UAE, Oryx Fund operates with a specific focus on the MENA region. The firm's commitment to a regional focus is reinforced by the backing of prominent investors within the MENA region, enhancing its ability to support and elevate emerging technology companies in the local ecosystem. And here are some of the previous investments. Potential investment opportunities to approach them with. You're going to see the spreadsheet, the Excel spreadsheet with all 325 firms coming up just in a few moments, and you're going to see that what I've done for all of them is identified 3 potential targets. Now these are identified based on their website, based on press releases that are publicly known, based on other information on other sites that have identified the type of companies that they look at. And what I've done is, given their past investment patterns and their existing philosophy, you might want to propose the following investment opportunities. It could include fintech, healthcare, and technology. Broad base is really a good strategy to use. Now that doesn't mean that they're going to invest in those today or tomorrow, but what it does mean is that there's been a clear path that that's what they look at. So when you're building your spreadsheet for potential opportunities, whether you have one opportunity or whether you're a company that's going to be offering different investment projects to high net worth investors and the companies in the Middle East, these are 3 that you're going to take a look at in the early stages. One of the benefits of my database is that it includes the tips for investor outreach. There's no other database that does this. This is the very unique, and it's the best database for people who are doing their first time fundraising in the Middle East. When you're marketing either pitch decks, investment opportunities, financial products to clients in the Middle East, it's a lot different than doing it in the West. It's important to build the relationships in the very beginning with the key parties, not the CEOs or the chairmen or the partners. Now, A word of note, and you're going to see this coming up. My database is full of senior contacts, in other words, CEOs, chairmen, partners. But what it also has is key HR contacts, and I'm going to get to that in a bit. And it's got a lot of info at and admin email addresses as well. So it has a large amount of potential contacts, usually 2 to 3 for each company. And it's really important that you reach out to the first person or the best person the first time. Now, this does not mean you're sending any presentation, no pitch deck, no great presentation for that $50 or $100 million real estate opportunity, and no financial opportunities here. All you're doing is making connections. So what you want to do is try to start at the associate level, investment advisor level, director level, maybe a VP, but you're not going to go over that. Now, if you use this approach, it's really going to help you out because you do not want to spam this database. This database is too valuable for you to waste on spamming it, because once you do that, you've killed any opportunity for you to build that relationship. If you send your pitch deck or your real estate investment opportunity to the chairman or CEOs that you see in my database, they're going to do one of two things. They're going to delete it because they don't know who you are, or they're going to kick it down to somebody, again, at the associate level, investment advisor, maybe their directors, because it's their job to evaluate these type of opportunities. And the reality is that you don't want to alienate those people because you want to get information from them. They're great people to communicate with because that's their job. Some of these firms are going to evaluate 50 to 100 opportunities a day, yes, in some cases if they're a larger firm. So you want to make sure you start off on the best foot. So how do you do that? Well, in this case, a key outreach touch point, if you know who the contact is, for example, if they're on the database or you've already identified them, one line in your email may say, Oryx Fund's track record in strategic investments caught our attention. We're reaching out to discuss a proposition we believe aligns with your objectives. So whoever receives that, especially if they're in that mid-level associate investment advisor direct level, they're going to know that that's not spam, and they're going to reply to you in a professional way. So that's really, really key. Now, if you don't know who the contact is, what you could do, and again, this is why I've included a lot of HR contact. HR contacts are undervalued when it comes to building databases, but really, really you should be utilizing them because their role is actually to steer traffic within their company for these type of opportunities, and they're always going to direct you to the right person. That's the beauty of dealing with people in HR. Now, you could use a subject heading such as collaborations with Oryx Fund, and then your key email approach line may include, we have initiatives that may resonate with your strategy. Who would be our point of contact, Oryx Fund, to discuss this further? That's the perfect type of approach to a company in the Middle East that you're trying to raise funds for in the very beginning, because that HR person is going to do one of two things. They're going to send you back an email saying that here's the contact, here's their title, and here's their email address, or they're going to direct your email to the person who should be answering it. You're perfectly set up then. You haven't made any mistakes. You've gone through the right channels. You've already made a connection, and the odds are they're going to send it to an associate investment advisor or director level. They're not going to send it to a chairman or a CEO. That's not the right procedure, because this is why you should create a database of key contacts at many levels. You want to explore the focus of their company first, and that by sending those key lines in your email, they know it's not spam. So that's really key. Now, understand their internal process. You want to reach out to that whoever has been who's going to be your contact. You want to first, before you pitch them on anything, understand, ask them what is the process when it comes to presenting deals or deal flow in your fund or your company, and they're going to tell you because that's their job. Again, these staff members, every month they have to report to their CEO or chairman and say, I reviewed 50 deals this month, 10 of them we scratched, 10 of them we got further information for, and here's 3 that we think are noteworthy to move up the ladder. That's what you want to get to. Your goal is to get a meeting, and your goal is to not actually sell something on, especially if it's a pitch deck or an investment opportunity, again, 50 to 100 million, or even if it's a financial opportunity where the minimum investment is $100,000. Now, that's usually the sweet spot for these type of groups. You don't want to sell something on your first approach. You want to get a meeting, whether it's a Zoom meeting or a physical meeting. Now, when I was working in the Middle East, I helped develop our company database in this forum because we were working on behalf of ultra-high net worth individuals and groups. Remember, that's ultra-high net worth. And we worked on both the buy side and the sell side, which means we had clients that would come in to us, again, based in Dubai and UAE, and these clients would say, listen, I want to buy an office tower, I want to buy a land for development, or I want to buy a hotel. Can you be our contact? Now, we would get exclusive mandates for these groups, so keep in mind, we're not brokers. We were working at the very highest level. So then we'd also have them contacting us and saying, we have a hotel to sell, we have a commercial office building to sell, we have a land for development we would like to sell. Again, we had the mandate, so we had the exclusivity to sell that. So then we would go out to even these contacts that are in this database, and we would not send the presentation to the chairman. We'd contact the associate level, say, listen, we represent a number of clients with these type of opportunities. What do you tend to look at? Because what you're doing is you're fact-finding, so that when you do get that amazing real estate opportunity, for example, in the case that we had, we might have 500 people in our database. We'd have 10 people that we knew would look at them, and we did not have to make too much of a song and dance about it, because we had already done the research. So keep that in mind. That's the best way for you to start your fundraising in the Middle East. So let's take a look at the database. So now we're over on the database section, and this is the Excel spreadsheet that includes all the contacts in the Middle East capital database. And as you can see on the very top, we've got 325 companies. We have their country, description of the firm, their main business interests, their websites, and they've all been verified. And of course, this database will be suitable for all of 2024. I also have included their investment targets, 1 and 2 and 3. So those are based on information that is publicly known, information that is on their websites of different investments and types of sectors that they will look at. So again, this database is really meant for people who are building a larger data set of Middle East companies to either approach for funding or to possibly promote their products to, because there's a blend of venture capital, private equity, family investment offices, and investment companies, and high-profile companies in the UAE that are led by UAE nationals. So it's a really great database for companies that really want to get a very good look at some of the key parties in the Middle East when it comes to raising capital. It also has their investment territory, which includes whether they're just looking at either the Middle East, or whether they're looking MENA, or whether they're looking global. I've also included their key real estate assets. If they're investment companies that tend to look at real estate, I've included those as well in this database. Now, it also has, as far as key touch points, it has their company emails, and in some cases it's not available because they want you to actually submit your details via their forum. But I'll get to the key stats a little bit later on, and you also saw that in the initial slide presentation. Telephone numbers and contact numbers. There are 2 what I call primary contacts, and then there's a third, which is the secondary contacts. The key contacts could include CEOs, managing directors, executive directors, and that is the same with the second contact title. You can see operations manager, directors of real estate, presidents, and so on and so on. And the main reason for that is so that you have a senior contact that you can reach out to. You can also check them on LinkedIn to get more details. In many cases, their email addresses have already been included, and I'm going to get to that again when we go to the stats page. And the third email contact tends to be somebody in HR. And the reason I've done that is because this database is very unique in the fact that I include outreach approach tips for each of these firms. There are two types. One is a outreach touch point if you know who the contact is. In other words, if it's been already identified by myself, then you could send them a line that I've included here in all the companies. For example, Saudi has a strong track record in urban development in Kuwait. Would you be interested in a unique investment opportunity that complements your portfolio? And the reason I include these is to help people write their first letters, and also to show you that you should not be spamming this type of list with just a generic email approach. Talking about your company and the investment opportunity. This allows you to add a little bit of information about them, so whoever receives it is going to know that you did a little bit of work, and it should not be considered as spam. And the second reason here is I've got contact sourcing outreach approach, and this is if you do not know who the contact is. And this is really key because in some cases you may not have a contact, and this is the perfect way for you to introduce yourself. For example, in this case, I put subject request for direct contact with investment division, and then as the body of the email may include, I believe you might be the right person to assist me. We're exploring potential investment opportunities that align with Salia's investments vision. Could you direct us to the person or team responsible for evaluating such opportunities? And you can see as I scroll down here, it is included in that type of line. They're all customized, of course. The same with the ones for the direct contacts that are known. They actually talk about something the company has done, something they've invested in, the sectors, or possibly what their company vision is. And this is really going to help you, especially if you're doing first-time fundraising, or if you just want to save time when it comes to your research for these type of firms. That's what makes this database unique. Another thing that makes it unique is it really sticks to mainly the type of companies that are either venture capital, private equity, investment companies. So there's no fluff in here. There's no companies in here that should not be in here. And that is the difference between this database and other databases that are out there that talk about investments and reaching out to other investors. For example, there's very little here when it comes to accelerators. There might be a couple of them, but it's not plugged full of what I would call just garbage contacts. These are really key companies that are perfect for reaching out to, whether you're raising funds or whether you want to present opportunities, whether it's real estate, investment opportunities, and the like. So let's take a look at some of the stats. So the underlying stats are there's 470 firms, 340 prime contacts, 90 third-tier contacts, and 90 email contacts when it comes to the third tier. So you're getting about 400 and a little over 450 emails, and the total company emails are 275. So those would be info at, admin at, that sort. So that's a really key overview of the database. Again, this is going to be a series where I'm going to highlight each of the contacts. For more information on this database, contact www.dubaiinvestorslist.com. That's dubaiinvestorslist.com. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe.